But he always wanted his son to be in it.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hello, there we are. Look at that.
You just give me like 1 second.
Yeah, you're
sorry.
fine. There's a whole plethora of people here.
Well, she's at like a show by the looks of it. Or training.
She's at Ring of Honor tapings. She's got a Pantera shirt on.
Hello. All right. There we go.
Where-
Yeah, I realized I'm still at training and I've like overscheduled my life. It's great.
That's okay. I won't keep you that long. We want to start out the show talking Point Break. We just found out that's your favorite movie.
Hell yeah. I legit like fucking before I was like, oh fuck, I gotta call these people. We were talking about Point Break.
We have someone in the chat says they don't want to watch it because they're not intrigued by Swayze or Keanu Reeves.
Oh my god, but like just watch it and you'll be intrigued.
For sure. Are you still fresh out of Fox?
I'm always out of fucks. I have no fucks to give.
No fucks to give. That's right. Masha effing Slamovich. And we were supposed to have you on before and things came up and that's cool. And that was right before you wrestled at Mission Pro this past weekend. It didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. But what did you take away from that event?
So, as everybody knows, card is subject to change. I obviously did not end up wrestling Dulce Tormenta, but I got exactly what the hell I wanted, and let's be honest, I got exactly what I deserved, which is a title shot against La Rosa Negra. And it didn't go my way, but you better believe everybody in that building knows that I deserve a rematch.
Do you think that rematch could come at I can't remember the name. It's at the Brewing Company, whatever the name of their pay-per-view is next at the wherever it is.
I mean, you never know when I'm going to show up, where I'm going to show up, and what's going to happen. So you guys are all just going to have to tune in to the next Mission Pro show and find out.
You do what you want, right? You'll if you want to show up there and get a title match, you'll do it, won't you?
I will, as you saw this last Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. We also were discussing earlier that you were trained by Johnny Rods, who also trained, we believe, Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray. So what's the biggest thing that you've learned and that you still take with you, even when you're training now, that you take away from Johnny Rods?
So many things.
Yeah.
You know, I realized the more I progressed in my career in wrestling, that Johnny was right about everything he said all the time. Like I catch myself thinking, damn, Johnny was right. Like, you know, but one of my biggest takeaways is it's like the little things that count for my students, especially. I nitpick everything the same way that everything that I did was nitpicked when I was training. So we need to get to a point as close to perfection as possible where your footwork is on point, everything is on point. If I shake you and roll you out of bed and I tell you to do a front roll, you better fucking with your eyes closed jump out of bed and do a front roll. So it just has to be muscle memory and repetition.
You spent a lot of time you took a couple tours over in Japan. So how is post Japan Masha different than pre Japan Masha?
In every way.
Yeah.
I am just a completely new person. I'm a completely different wrestler. You know, Japan took all the skills that I had and elevated them tenfold. I learned so many new things. I learned different styles of wrestling, different ways of thinking. The list could go on and on. I thoroughly believe that the best wrestling in the world is in Japan, and I'm very honored that I got to spend as much time as I did there, and I certainly look forward to going back as soon as it's possible to do so.
Yeah. And hopefully, we'll be getting to that point sooner than later. I watched a ton of your matches last week to prep. You remind me of Kenta, Owen Hart, Dynamite Kid, a Japan Dynamite Kid, which I found out later in my research. You loved the Dynamite Kid.
That is true indeed, which is the fact that you compare me to Kenta, Owen Hart, and the Dynamite Kid. Those are three of the people that I look up to most in professional wrestling. So I'm very honored that that comparison is being made after watching my wrestling.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I brought my Dynamite Kid LJN for tonight's show.
Oh yeah.
Just for you. I had that one when I was a kid. And what about his in-ring work that stands out the most to you, that resonates the most with you?
The intensity.
Yeah.
Aside from the technical skill and ability that he had to do mat wrestling and all these wild bumps and all this, it was all the intensity that everything had a meaning. Hitting the ropes, he wasn't just fucking, taking a little stroll to the ropes. He was attacking the ropes and he was coming at you with speed and force. And it made wrestling look interesting and real versus some of the other things that you might see done by other performers.
I also, one of the first times I saw you compete, I heard your name before, especially in the Mission Pro circuit. But the first time I saw you was at Bloodsport versus Allison Kay. It was at WrestleMania weekend. I believe that was this year. It's been a long year. How is training for something like a Bloodsport different than training for wrestling? Is it different?
For me, it was just taking my training and leveling it up to the next level, more cardio. I was hitting the weights harder in the gym. And of course, I was on the road at the time. So I was going to different places like the Dog Pound Dojo. I went to Hybrid School of Wrestling. And while I'm traveling to all these different shows, I would always find people and places to roll around and to learn more groundwork, more things that you would do in a blood sports style match. And that journey led me into getting back into jujitsu. So now I'm training at Renzo Gracie, and the entire journey going up to Bloodsport was a really awesome experience. And I certainly hope to partake in more Bloodsport events in the future.
It was definitely badass. So is that why, like you said, jiu-jitsu, combat sports? So you have June 24th, you got Combat Fights Unlimited versus Notorious Mimi. That's like blood sport style, or is it more MMA?
It's gonna be a mix of both.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be very interesting for the fans to see what Combat Fighting Unlimited is going to bring. So on June 24th, I certainly hope everybody tunes in to watch the death of Notorious Mimi.
The death. That's right. Because you don't give a fuck. Who cares, right?
Not me.
How do you utilize your social media, your Twitter, in your wrestling life?
I mean, I just go on Twitter and I say what I want. Who the hell is going to stop me? Who the hell is going to tell me not to? And obviously, I share flyers about upcoming shows because really that's what social media is for, right?
That's what it's about, for sure. I read a quote somewhere that you said when you returned from Japan, your second time, you wanted to take over the world, and you definitely you've been everywhere. Mission Pro. I think you either have been in New Texas or you're going to be wrestling Rok-C. You got
I was just at New Texas on May 29th, and I faced Sky Blue, and that did go in my favor, just as the match with Rok-C will in 2 weeks. So I hope she's training down south.
Rok-C also got a golden ticket or ticket to gold for the Ring of Honor women's tournament. Would you have a pure wrestling? You were into pure wrestling, shoot wrestling. Would you like to be in that Ring of Honor women's tournament? They should have you in there if it's any reputable women's tournament.
I would absolutely love to be part of the ROH women's tournament. I'm sure the other women are very happy that I'm not there, but you never know what'll come in the future. So never discredit where I might end up.
Since I made all these notes, it's been announced that the NWA is going to have an all-women pay-per-view. Thoughts on that? And can we see you in the NWA in near future?
I think it is absolutely fantastic that they announced that there's going to be an all-women pay-per-view for NWA. Once again, I would completely love to wrestle for NWA. I've said that in many previous interviews. It is a prestigious company that everybody has hopefully knows their history, and I would love to be a part of it. And like I said, you never know what's going to happen, right?
Never know. And I'm gonna get to you got something coming up this Thursday with High Voltage and a match against Willow Nightingale on the 20th, which I believe is Father's Day. But I want to just point out some other things that I had written, some wrestling / non-wrestling. Your gear at Empty Promises was Dynamite Kid inspired, correct?
Empty Promises. Was that the one?
Hold on, I got a picture of it right here. It's zebra stripes and then stars. Zebra stripes on one side, stars on the other. White and red.
Sorry, was it probably like 15, 10 minutes? Sorry. Carry on.
It's okay. You can let them know we're almost done.
Sweet. But yes, to answer your question, I'm super pumped that somebody finally realized who the damn gear was inspired by. Because I definitely see why people have been like, oh, Macho Man and Shawn Michaels. I'm like, no.
Mm-mm.
It was Dynamite Kid inspired on the Stars side, and the Zebra side was actually an inspiration from Chris Benoit / Pegasus Kid Wild Pegasus gear from New Japan, except his was black zebra and mine was red.
Right. That's right. It was Wild Pegasus. I didn't pick up on that. Why do you keep a copy of the Dynamite Kids book in your gear bag at all times?
That was something that I started doing when I came back in, what I want to say, like summer of 2018 or something like that. Yeah. And I don't know. It was just like one of those things. I guess everyone has like a little something they keep in their gear bag or whatever they keep on the road with them for good luck or whatever you want to say. I don't know. I always keep a pair of extra shoelaces and the Dynamite Kids book in my bag because you never know when you're going to need one or the other. Sometimes you need something to read and sometimes your laces rip and you need laces.
Never know. You never know. That's the theme of this, because you never know. You never know where you show up. Never know what you need. And now a non-wrestling.
Let out all the secrets. You got to keep some mystique. Keep them wondering. Keep them talking.
For sure. You get the upper hand that way.
Exactly.
How much better is ramen in Japan than here in America?
I correct that sentence to how much better is all food in Japan versus in America. A lot better because, man, I love ramen. I did go to a Japanese spot recently that came pretty close to being like real Japanese stuff, but I think they just have better ingredients over there and like everything is just, it's amazing. And don't even get me started with the seafood because there's nothing that can touch Japanese seafood. None at all. Like, especially sushi.
Awesome. Phenomenal. All food's better in Japan. So this Thursday, High Voltage, you're going to it's going to be the death of Vicious Vicky as well. Another death for your Syndicate title. Global Syndicate, I believe, is the name of that company. Thursday, and then June 20th, you'll have Willow Nightingale at Women's Wrestling Revolution Plus. 2 victories, right? Thursday, 2 victories.
There's also another match that you left out on Friday, June 18th.
Okay.
I will actually be facing Rok-C in Houston at RWR.
RWR Rok-C. Title online for that, for anything?
I don't believe that there is a title on the line for RWR. It'll just be a singles matchup, so I'll just be on a good little winning streak this week, and I'll give Rok-C a taste of what she's in for at New Texas.
Phenomenal. Well, Masha, I'm going to let you go. We're going to leave a lot on the table, get you on another time as well. Doors open, but I'm going to give you the mic. You have the floor now. You can put over anything you want. You can bury anything you want. We've posted your links. You can say anything. The floor is yours.
All I got to tell y'all is come find me on Twitter and Instagram at Masha Slamovich for all of my updates and all of my non-giving a fucks. And y'all can also find me on a Facebook page at Masha Slamovich. I'm trying to post on there more. And of course, Pro Wrestling Tees. I don't believe we have a sale now, but we will soon. I have shirts up on there. Look up Masha Slamovich. But where all of the exclusive stuff is posted, where my June, July, all of my schedules with exclusive matches that haven't been announced, photo shoots, all this other stuff, patreon.com, Masha Slamovich. Join me for a good time and giveaways and all this other stuff.
Awesome. Masha, it's been a pleasure. I have to thank you for giving us the time tonight, your busy schedule, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me and have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Great stuff. Great stuff, Vanessa.
So good.
I had to get on the roller coaster for that one. I gotta check something though.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Okay. For some reason, I thought my button wasn't working because I hit it once and it changed the scene. That was good. That was good. I felt like I should have sped it up because I had that vibe. Not a bad vibe. Just felt like she was at training. She probably wants to get home. She's done. You know? But she's all over the place.
She's everywhere. She's going to Texas.
She's gonna destroy our Rok-C.
Oh.
Can't do that to her. Wonder if she's wrestled Billy Starks. I should have asked that. I didn't